Yes, record.
I know. So I just got off a Zoom early with Pam Souter and Carla Burns. They were talking about it works, and is this business still your answer? Is this business still the right time? And they were talking about, we are such a tight-knit family that if someone starts to struggle a little bit or have frustrations, then they talk to another friend, which they should. We have a circle of our 5 favorite people that we talk to. And sometimes maybe we're all going, like, we all have peaks and valleys in our businesses. And what if we're all hitting that valley and we're like, oh my gosh, and people start to question. Or I just had someone reach out and try to recruit me again, and I'm like, no thank you. And it's where's your mindset at that moment? Are you strong or are you weak? And Pam and Carla, they're like, we're not going to steer you wrong. We've been in business for 17 years. We are a $1 billion company. We're putting out 4 products minimum a year. No other company is doing that. We're debt-free. We have visions with this company, goals with this company. We are all goal-oriented. They're all working towards the same thing. That they're like, you guys, this literally is the tip of the iceberg. Just whatever you do, whatever you're going through, it's something that you're going through. It's something personal. It's not the business. There's something root in there that has to do with confidence, fear, financial, maybe relationship struggles, that is creating the way you post or the way you work or the way that you're projecting your fears out there to the world. And so instead of projecting the fear and the negativity, are we having a moment to say, I've got some negative thoughts, let me fix those, and then projecting positivity? Or are we letting the negative rule our life? That's what this comes down to. And what I loved, someone said, well, people are recruiting or trying to get us to jump ship. Like, you'll have people say, oh, you should try XYZ. You should try XYZ. Their network marketing is an amazing opportunity. If you love the products, you love the people, what you do with this company and what you do with another company is exactly the same. You're still looking for customers. You're still looking for distributors. But what stays the same is you. You are moving you to another situation. So are you needing to work on you? Am I needing to work on myself to grow and get to that next area in my business? Maybe it's I need to be a better loyal customer recruiter. I need to find more clients. What am I speaking into my business right now that says what I want? I want to find clients that are respecting the price, that respect the program, that want to see results and see the value. Or are we saying, I hope they're okay with the loyal customer program. I hope they're okay with the price. I hope they're okay with 3 months. No, we're already talking in scarcity, in fear, in holding back the true amazing opportunity that the greens offer, the confianza offers. Like, are we throwing our shoulders back, our head held high, and say, this is worth every dollar? You're going to see results that are going to blow your mind if you use them as directed. And, and so it was really something exciting to hear them say, if you are having a lull in your business with finding 2 distributors, 1 distributor, then are you taking action every day to educate yourself to be better at your approach with finding distributors? Or are we just saying it's not working? Well, are you changing what you're doing? Are you changing your approach? Or are we just staying the same? And I will say I am guilty of just wishing by posting on Facebook it would just naturally happen. It's not going to, by just posting on Facebook. But the more, oh yay, she's here. But the more that you still think positive and share what your goals are and share who you are, but do the work behind the scenes, that's where, if you're trying to learn and grow by doing your education, by looking for people who are doing it right and studying and following them and listening to their words and seeing what they're doing, like that's how you're going to learn and grow. But you cannot find success by doing the same things that aren't working. Social media is always evolving and changing. And sometimes we have to change the way that we do business. I can say that I got to my certain rank after 12 months with the company, but the way I did it 6 years ago, is that the way it's going to be successful now for me? It might be for you if you haven't tried that angle, but we need to be trying to learn and grow by different things. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. Talesha's on. She's there in the white background. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you on here. So I was talking to them about mindset and how if we are facing struggles or, and I don't want it to be so negative. I want to have a positive spin on it. But like if we're facing like, I'm unhappy with, I'm not enrolling very many clients, or I'm not attracting very many distributors. Sometimes it's not the business, it has to do with us. It has to do with, we need to learn and grow in a certain area, and what are we doing to do that? And so let's see, let me turn this on speaker view. And so I'm really excited to have you visit with them a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your expertise is, and then I think you still have a list of questions that I've sent you. Okay. And I don't know if I can hear you. Oh,
I should unmute.
Yep, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I am Talesha Carter, and I am so excited to be here with you. In the little corner here, you're going to see that my name says Paul. I am not Paul. That is my husband. So welcome. I am Talesha. And I love everything mindset. I love energy work. I love taking care of you as women. I love serving other women and helping other women. And so I'm so excited that Colette asked me to be on here tonight to help you guys and to give you some maybe new tips and tools that you can use to utilize your business and work your business in the way that's unique to you. So me, I have my own business. I have been in business for 4 years now, and I started out super small. And I've seen the most growth within the last year and a half, and it was because I stopped doing what every other energy worker in my field was doing, and I started doing me. So use that as your theme tonight as we kind of go throughout this little training that I have. The biggest thing I love to teach women is to do you. Don't do what everyone else is doing on here. So Colette, I don't know if what I'm saying is in alignment with what you just said. So I hope I don't like step on your toes and like take over all the training and like do something completely different. But my thing is that especially in direct sales, what you girls are doing, what you ladies, excuse me, are doing is you see so many of the posts that are copy and paste, right? Like that was how it worked. Like Colette was saying 6 years ago. It does not work that way anymore. People have a high BS reader, and they can tell when you are not authentic and when you are just trying to sell to them versus when you are trying to just love them and give them something that you truly are passionate about and what you love and what you want to share with them so that they can have, you know, the greatest experience in this lifetime. Because what you're doing is you're not just selling a product, you're selling a lifestyle. you are selling something that someone else doesn't have to help them get to what they need to in their life, right? Whether it be like the skin that they want or the gut health that they want, like you are trying to help them on so many different levels. And so whatever you learned about marketing and sales and all of that, we're just going to kind of put that aside for tonight. And we're going to step into you, like what you love, what you're passionate about, who you are on the inside. Because guess what? People are not buying your product. People are buying you. People are buying your story. People are buying your experience and your story, what you have for them. Okay. And for me, like with my business, when I started getting real and vulnerable with myself, when I started asking myself, okay, what is blocking me? What is trapped? What am I afraid of? That's when I started to really get real and realize that my business is different from other people's businesses. And I can copy and paste, and I may see some success here. I may see some growth over here, but I'm not going to attract the ideal client that I need unless I am unique to me. So I like to get real. I like to be vulnerable in here. So please know that you can unmute your mic while I'm, doing the demonstration stuff while I'm talking, because I like to have discussion. I like to have training back and forth. And I really want to help you guys tonight. I really want to help you to step into this like, new sphere where you are like motivated and you feel good about you and all of those things. So I know I don't know hardly any of you, but that's a little bit of my background as far as like business goes. I have a whole history of depression, of anxiety. I'm a mom. I've got 2 little kids running around over here. I used to work before I did my own business, and so I know what it's like to try and do both. I get what it's like to be a wife. I get it. So I do have some knowledge and background and everything, but I love to just serve women. I love to be here for other women and motivate and empower, because as a business owner, like when you do calls like this is where you feel empowered and motivated to continue moving forward, right? But when you're at home, it can feel so lonely. You can feel lost in like, okay, I got to do this for 10 minutes. And then, oh wait, I got to go over here and do this for 10 minutes. Like, do you guys ever feel that like you're so spread thin and you don't know where to start with your business?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's a fair thing. Yes, Catherine, thank you. So yes, like I get it. I have been there. And you guys, I am still freaking there. Like I still have those days where it's just tough. Being a business owner is tough. But what makes it tougher is doing a business that is not in alignment with you. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is a lot of the alignment, a lot of the emotions that are behind the fears, right? Because especially in direct sales, there's so many things that you got to do to reach out to people and build connections. And there's like real deep fears around that. There's like, oh my gosh, what if this person doesn't like me? Or I'm not good enough to go do this. Or I don't have time for this. Or I don't have money to invest in myself to go deeper into this. So we're going to put all of those excuses aside for tonight, okay? I don't care if your excuse is no money, no time, no friends, no support. Your kids are always awake. Your kids are always sick. Like, I don't care what your excuses are. We're putting them aside tonight and we're stepping into you. So are you guys ready for that? Are you so ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Woo! I love it. I love it. Okay. You guys, I have a lot of energy. I go fast. So if you have questions, slow me down. But I want to get through this and I really want to help you guys tonight. So I want to start off explaining emotions. How many of you are familiar with energy work? So I know kind of how to explain what I do.
Yeah, guys, use the chat or unmute yourself and just like,
yeah,
you can comment. That's fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you guys are kind of familiar with energy work. A lot of energy work is about intent, but it also is about the skill and the implementation. Because you can do so much with mindset, and you can say, okay, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to do, my power statement, and I'm going to feel so great, right? And I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to be happy. But unless you actually get up and do that power statement, all the mindset work you're trying to do is like, it's not going to work as well. It's not going to come as quickly as you're desiring. I fully believe in the law of attraction. I fully believe in putting things out there into the universe so it will come back to us. But we could speed that process up a little bit, and it's by doing little steps each and every day that help you move from this area of your business all the way up to here of your business. And you are in control of what you do with that because it's your emotions that are behind it. It's your mindset that's behind it, and it's your daily actions that are behind it. And I get it. Like, we have those moments where we're like, I'm just going to cover up in bed today, and my business can just like hold on for a hot minute. But if we can push through those tough days, if we can push through those opposition moments of our kid puking all over our feet while we're trying to do a phone call with someone, you can overcome anything in your business. Okay. So I have this little vase here with me right here. Do you guys like flowers? I love flowers. I just have to take my flowers out of this vase to come here and teach you. But I'm going to go back. They're going to go in this water. So this vase here, this vase represents you. Okay. This vase represents the person that you are. See how it's like nice and clear and pretty, and like it's got all this like unique detail down here. You guys, you have all of that inside of you. You guys are unique, and you have different things about you, different details that make you who you are. Okay. You are also, I'm guessing, people that like to help other people heal. And when you are someone who likes to help other people heal, you tend to have a clear aura about you. You tend to take on other people's emotions or other people's junk, and you hold on to it and you keep it real safe, because if you hold on to it, they don't have to hold on to it. Okay. So this jar represents all of that. Now, the thoughts and emotions that you have, those represent this rock here. Okay. So we're this like brand new fresh baby that's born. We're completely clear, no craziness going on. We're this just like gentle newborn, right? And then we grow up. So let's fast forward like 10 years. Okay. So now you're in your teen years, maybe like young child age. Okay. And what happens? You start to feel emotions. Okay. So what are some emotions that you guys felt in your teen years or maybe your childhood that was like super unpleasant for you? Like you don't wish that you could feel that. Okay, sorry. Who said what?
Frustration.
Frustration. Who said that? Because I can't really see.
Catherine.
Catherine. Awesome. Okay, thank you. So frustration. All right, name out some other ones, you guys.
I always felt, so this is, my clothes weren't good enough, like they were old and I didn't fit in with the cool crowd. So I was always very self-conscious.
Okay, so like self-conscious and maybe even judgmental a little bit, like some of those feelings. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see who commented. I just don't want to lose anyone. Okay, loneliness. Absolutely. Oh my heavens. Raise of hand. Who has felt lonely ever in their life? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So loneliness. Let's add that to our little jar. So we've got loneliness. You guys, look at how this rock is. Like, I know that you guys can't feel it, but it's starting to get kind of heavy in here. It's starting to not feel so pleasant holding on to all of this extra baggage. Let me see what the other ones were. Rejection. Okay, let's add another rock into there. So we've got rejection going on. Okay, any other ones you guys can think of that you felt?
Not smart enough.
Not smart enough. Perfect. I have felt that so many times, especially now. Like, running a business is tough, and there's a lot of things you got to learn and keep up on, but it makes it difficult to feel like you are good enough to do things. Let's see. Oh, depression. Okay, we're putting in another rock in there. Depression, absolutely. So you guys, these are all things that you have felt. Those are some heavy emotions and some heavy weights. So what happens is it fills up this space that was once clear and free and happy. This space that could be filled with like peace, you know? And so when you run a business, or when you're going through something hard in your life, do you ever try to seek that clarity and that understanding of like, this is what I need to do? Any of you ever felt that way? Like, if you could just have clarity to know what your next step was, like, you would be set.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we are lacking clarity and we feel like that movement is not coming, guess what that's from?
Rocks.
These rocks, these dang little buckers. Yes, these rocks. This is what is blocking that clarity, okay? So next up, I've got these little marbles, okay? And these represent the thoughts that we need to have, the clarity to come through, okay? So you're like, maybe you're religious and you're praying, or you're meditating, or you're doing something to try and find this clarity, and it is not coming up. So let's just say like you try, and this clarity is like, okay, I want to come through. Okay, well, like it kind of went through. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see, where did it go? It's right here, okay? So it kind of got blocked. Like it got through some of the rocks, but it didn't get through all of them. It got stuck. So then like you ask again, and you try to ask like friends, and you're like, hey, I'm really frustrated right now. My kid is like losing their mind. My marriage is failing. My business, like no one's paying attention to me. And I just feel like I'm a piece of crap and I'm not getting any clarity. What should I do? And so that clarity tries to come through. And look, it didn't go through. It's like, it's not coming. It's like so close, but it's not there. So then like you're asking again, and it's just like not happening, right? Like, do you see those green ones in there? It's just like getting stuck. Okay, there's that one. And you keep trying, and it's not for lack of effort. Like you legitimately are trying to help yourself. You're trying to move out of this stuckness that you feel you're in your life. And like, then what happens? Then more rocks pile in, right? Like more anxiety, more depression, more fear, more negative self-talk of I'm not good enough. It's like piling up. And then these clarity marbles, they can't come through. They're so stuck right there. Here's our marbles. Here's the bottom of the jar. It's not reaching us. So and then like your higher power is like, I want to shower you in all of these good amounts of clarity, and it's just not happening. But how can we remove these rocks in order to have the clarity reach all the way down here, reach our mind and our heart? Okay, that is the question I want you to ask yourself. How do I remove these rocks in my life so the clarity can come all the way down? Okay, so if you guys have notes or your phones or whatever, write that question down. How do I remove the rocks in my life? Therapy, I love it, Erin. Awesome. Clear out all negativity and all excess baggage we're hanging on to. Awesome, Catherine. I love it. You guys have an awesome team here. I love it. Okay, so when we remove these rocks, look at what begins to happen. Okay, try to hold it down here. Come up closer so you guys can see those little babies. So we start removing these rocks. We maybe go to therapy. We start to identify them, and we start removing all of these rocks that are in our way. We start to remove that depression. We start to remove the frustration and the anger, the self-doubt, the judgments. And look, all of those pretty little marbles of clarity are right down here. They've finally reached your heart and your mind. Start believing in yourself that you can do it. Let's see, what was the rest of that? Positivity is key over negativity. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. I love that you said that. I am going to say one other thing about that. A lot of times in life, and when you work with coaches, you are going to hear people tell you, just focus on the positivity. Just be positive. And while I agree with that, there's a major, major flaw with that. And this was one thing that helped my business immensely, but also my personal life, okay? My marriage, like, can I be real with you guys? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay with that? Okay.
Yeah.
My marriage,
Yes.
I've been married for 10 years this year, you guys. And it was not always like butterflies and rainbows and like amazingness. Like, so not, like, so many times we almost divorced. So many times we were angry at each other and like bitter and didn't speak for like days, right? Like, and if we did, it was very minimal. And so I could have just left it at that and tried to be positive, right? And try to just be like, tomorrow when I wake up, my marriage will be better. Or if I just do this, my marriage will be better, right? And that's okay. But the major flaw with energy workers and coaches is if they do not tell you to address the negative or to feel the negative in your relationships or in your business, guess what happens? You are missing the vital piece that you need for your healing. Let me say that again. You have to address your negative to have healing. That's where the answer is. You're not going to find your answer all the time in these like little marbles of clarity, right? Clarity is just what you need to move forward and to know what your next step is, right? But it's not going to clear out those negativities for you. No. Clarity is not going to clear it out for you. You have to be able to identify these rocks in your life. You have to be able to say, I feel whatever negative emotion it is, and then release it from your being, okay? But if you just only do the positive, if you just do that, these rocks are still gonna be here, okay? They're still gonna be filling up in your jar. And this is where the law of attraction comes in, okay? The law of attraction comes in because of the vibration that you give off, okay? So even if you say, I'm going to be positive, but you have all of these rocks inside of you, I'm going to dump out the marbles here. So let's say you're like, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to do so awesome today. I'm going to say only nice things about myself. I'm not going to yell at my kids. I'm going to make out with my husband, whatever it may be. But you still got these rocks right here. Guess what happens? It cancels each other out. It really does, because you have this vibration, and these rocks, what it does is it sends it out into the universe. It says, in my core, I believe that I'm not worth it. In my core, I'm depressed. In my core, I feel like others judge me. In my core, I'm not worthy of earning the next income bracket, or I'm not worthy of helping other people because I'm not healed myself. How many of you have ever said that to yourself, or thought it in the back of your head that thinks, I am not worthy to really move up in my company or in my business because I'm not perfect? And for you guys, it's like what's one of your products, Colette, that is like a big seller?
Greens, keto coffee, our wraps, Confianza, just to name a few. Yeah.
Perfect. So let's go with the wraps. Maybe that you still have cellulite or something, and you're like, I can't sell these wraps because I still have cellulite. So many times that's the belief that goes into it. And guess what? That is tied in with your rocks, okay? And that is the vibration that's going out, and your future customer is feeling that vibration, and they will never buy a wrap from you, okay? So to wrap it all up, we have to be able to identify the rocks. We have to clear the rocks, but we also then have to have the positivity in it, okay? Any questions with that?
Yeah, so let's say you're identifying the rocks, and you're meditating, you're bringing in light, you're asking God to help you remove this from you, and you finish your day. Let's say I am on fire. I feel lifted and light, and I feel amazing.
Yeah.
The next day, it's back.
I love it when that happens. This is it. So, you guys, I'm going to give you my top, biggest thing that I do, okay? A lot of people think that when that opposition hits, that they're in the wrong field or that they're doing something wrong, okay? Wrongo! It is not true. Do not believe it. Do not buy in to that thought, okay? Because opposition is going to hit, and opposition always hits before you move up, okay? Opposition always hits before you are going to meet that next big client or that next woman or man that you are meant to meet, okay? So that comes up. You're doing great. The very next day, you're like, life sucks. Maybe you step on dog puke, or maybe your kid is screaming off the wazoo, like throwing the biggest temper tantrum, and you're like, you were fine 5 minutes ago. Okay. Like those things happen. Or maybe like your dishwasher breaks down, or maybe you have to fix your car, or maybe you yourself are so sick that you can't even like talk on the phone because you lost your voice, right? So what you do, you praise the heck out of that opposition, okay? You praise the heck out of it. You say, like, if God, right? Praise God that I have this whatever struggle, okay? Praise the universe that everything is falling apart around me. Praise my child that they are sick. Praise, 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 praise. Praise all around it. And there you go. That is my biggest secret. I tell people when they work one-on-one with me is like, this is what you do. You have to praise the negative in your life, because as long as you hold that vibration of it being negative, it's going to keep giving you negative experiences because you have not learned the lesson in it. But as soon as you put it out there to the universe that this is a positive, good thing, it's not going to keep like bringing that negative experience to you. And if it does, you're going to still have the positive mindset behind it that this is a good thing, because you know that as soon as you push through that, there's going to be that big thing that comes. Maybe it's a person that walks into your life. Maybe it's help financially. Whatever it may be, when you hit that wall, that's where you celebrate. And I don't tell you this as far as like that I'm perfect at it. Hell to the no. I am not perfect at this, but this is what works for me and what I see work with my clients is when you can turn that negative of the frustration and say, okay, this is a positive. This doesn't have to be a bad thing. That's where those shifts take place. And that's where those rocks then no longer serve a power for you. That's where these rocks can so easily just come out, because you don't have to feel depressed anymore because you just praised it. You don't have to feel like you're nothing because you just said, this doesn't hold power for me. And that's what it is. What you think, what you feel holds a power. So if it's a positive or a negative, it's going to hold a power to you. But if you're constantly avoiding the negative, it's just going to bring more negative to you in the form of maybe clients not rebuying, or, you know, maybe your kids consistently getting sick and you're like, I can't keep doing this, you know, or maybe it's that block in your business where no one else is signing up or no one else is buying your product. That's where the mindset and the energy work comes in for it, to identify, release, and then replace the emotions. Because if it's holding space anywhere within you, that's a vibration that's going to be going out. And when you can do both together, when you can release and replace them, that's where the shift happens more quickly. Remember, I said you could still do only the positive thinking, and that's okay. But when you can combine the two together, that's where the magic happens, you guys. Like, that's where fireworks start going off. That's where people start coming into your life. Like, Colette, like, holy cow, we didn't even know each other a year ago, right? And it's like people start coming into your life when is right for them and when is right for you. And it's because you've let go of the control that these rocks have had. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. And something that I'm still working on is, so like you said, like your words hold weight or value, but some of these words that we're telling ourselves aren't true. And so why am I holding weight and value to something that's not true? It's a fear. It's not real. And so the energy that I'm spending on that thought, I can spend the same amount of energy on a positive thought that's the opposite of it, and try to recognize, okay, this thought is just a thought. I'm not going to hang on to it. I'm not going to tether it to me and hold it dear to me because it's not true. But we tend to hold on. We tend to hang on to it.
We do. And that is another big thing I teach. It's like an emotion is just an emotion. Like, we get so caught up in the depression thoughts and the sadness thoughts, in the anxious thoughts. We get so caught up in it. And then we feel even worse about ourselves, right? Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So like, for instance, if I yell at my kid, like, I hate to yell at my kid, but you guys, sometimes it happens, right? Like, sometimes mama just loses her mind and yelling words come out, right? And that is what I hate. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But if I give it that energy, if I beat myself up all day long about yelling at my kid, that's the energy that's going to go out. But if I can step back and say, okay, this is just an emotion. This was just a reaction that I had. It does not define me. That's where the energy shifts, right? Because an emotion is just an emotion, okay? So I want you guys to write this down. Your thoughts create your feelings, okay? Thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings create your actions. And your actions create your results. Okay, I'll say that again. So your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings create your actions. And your actions create your results. Okay, so think about in your business, what is a result that you want in your business? And you can either say it out loud, you can write it down on your paper, you can just think it in your head. What is a result that you want in your business? And maybe just like one person unmute themselves and tell me.
Reliable customers, distributors, getting me to the next pay bracket or next two pay brackets.
Okay, awesome. I love that. And who was that said that?
Catherine.
Catherine. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't like see the best on here of who's talking. Okay, so getting to the next pay bracket, right? Okay, so when you look at that line or like what the things create, if you want that result, where do you need to go to the beginning to work it out?
Say that again.
So if you want the result of moving up, looking at that line of what thoughts, feelings, actions, results, where do you need to go first to get that result?
Thoughts? Your thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts, absolutely. Yes, you have to start with your thoughts, okay? It goes in that linear matter. You guys, this is where energy work comes in. Is energy work is science, okay? There's science behind it. So if you want to get that result, Catherine, in your business, you got to ask yourself, honey, what thoughts are preventing you from getting that result, okay? And then you just move up the line, do it. So then once you figure out the thoughts, like, I'm sure they'll be like nasty, ugly, like, oh, no one can see this, right? Like we all have them. But when you identify those thoughts, and then you're like, okay, there's like 30 of these thoughts right here that are blocking this result from my life, then you can move on to the next one, which is the emotion. And then you can ask yourself, what emotion is blocking me, okay? And then you just move upward through that line. Awesome. Colette, how much time do I have so I don't go over?
I know, at least 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move into the Q&A portion, and then we'll just see where we get after that. Because there's I mean, you guys, I can talk forever. Like, I'm a chatty cat. I love it. And when I'm talking about energy work, I love it. So I'm going to go to the comments real quick because I know I've seen those come in and I don't want to leave anyone out. Okay, so yes, someone Catherine, you identified that with your legs. Like, I literally have not been showing my legs because I'm not feeling confident about it. So Catherine, your call to action, what I challenge you to do is I challenge you to do a live video with your legs in it, and you get real and you get vulnerable and you tell your audience how you feel self-conscious about your legs and how your wrap is your saving grace and how it is going to help you in the process. And then you can fill in with other good things that you're doing to do it, because like, I'm sure it isn't just the wrap that is the save all for it, right? Like, there's other things that you got to do in your life to help create the result that you want in your legs. But that's what I challenge you to do to help get that moving out. Tanya says, keep pushing. Giving up isn't an option. Take a breath and try again. You can make amazing situations even out of a negative life happenings. Yes, you can. And I just told a client yesterday, we think all the time that we have to be different to be happy, that we have to be in a better life situation to be happy, that we have to have these things to be happy. That is the biggest like bullshit on the planet. We do not have to have things to be happy, right? Like we don't. It's just the feelings and the stupid rocks that are in our way that prevent it, okay? You could be happy in any situation. That is victim thinking if you have those thoughts at all. That you are not happy until you have XYZ, or that you have to be in a better life situation. If you have those thoughts, that is victimization thoughts, and you can get rid of that, okay? Let's see. And use it to provide understanding for others who may also be going through the same thing while gaining personal growth. Absolutely. Law of the highway, okay? And then making a positive change can help so much to lead to better tomorrows. Absolutely. And it starts with one thing a day. You guys, every single day, I have like 20 things on my to-do list for my business, but I prioritize it. I do my top thing every single day, my one action step every day. And then I go from there. And I forgive myself for what I don't get done. And I love and celebrate myself for the things I do get done. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Geetha? I don't want to say that wrong, but I love it. It's a beautiful name. Your mind controls you, but you have to be thankful for including your mistakes, because that's realization that you know not to do it again and better, and doing it better the next time around. Absolutely. Your mind gives you clues all along the way. Love it. Thank you, Catherine. Yes, Colette. Yes. And sometimes the biggest rocks hold us back, that keeps coming back. There's a deeper, more raw and vulnerable thing we need to look at. Yes, to really clear it. Absolutely. And that's where the fear comes in, you guys. That's so many times I have to address those fears with my clients of, they're like, I know it's there, but I just can't do it. Like, can we just do something different? Is there like any other way? And I want to be like, yes, there's another way, but nah, there's only one way to do it. And it's to go to the source of the pain and clear it out. And that's where you're going to feel the peace. And that's where you're going to feel the shift in your business. Let's see. Okay. Karina Fosnap. Get that, Catherine. You got this, girl. Woo! Awesome.
Can you, I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you say that one more time about the addressing the fears and going to the source of the pain? And then you said something else after.
I don't know what I said. I was just talking. Yes, we have.
That was really awesome. I loved that. So that's why I was like, wait, I'm taking notes.
Okay, I'm sorry. When we address the pain, when we go to that hurt, that's where the healing comes in. And so that's where you're going to be able.
Right.
Okay. Did you get it?
Yeah, that's where that's what it was. That's where the healing comes in. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, sometimes like I just get so passionate and in it, and then people are like, wait, repeat what you said. I'm like, I don't know what I said. It just came out. I was following that.
But Colette recorded it. I just remembered. Thanks, Colette.
Yeah. She's got your back, you guys. She's a phenomenal leader. I love it.
Yes, she's awesome.
This is why we do it. So Erin said, with energy work, how do I dig through shadows to reach the light, to release big feelings and rocks? That is a great question, Erin. And there's so many ways to do it. Number one, you can do it alone. I don't recommend that because, again, that's where the loneliness comes in. And our mind, our subconscious mind, has a way of keeping us safe from pain. It does not want us on any sort of level to feel pain. And so you could do it alone, but that's where that like, oh no, you can wait until tomorrow. Oh no, like I'm feeling kind of good today. I don't have to identify that rock. That's where that self-talk comes in. So you could do it alone. You can work with a friend. You can hire an energy worker, or you can like do trainings and figure out how to do it again for yourself, but with the tools behind it. Yes, yep, I'm literally right there. Good, I love it, Catherine. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the questions that Colette messaged me, and then if you guys have any other ones, feel free to message those in as well. Okay, so this is a question that came in. How can I dig deep and uncover why I'm getting in my own way of my success? So I think I kind of answered that in the beginning, as far as like going and asking yourself those questions of what are your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions that are preventing you from having the results that you want in your life.
Can you actually like maybe reenact like what that might look like if you are trying to figure out what that is and address it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, the mind is so powerful, you guys. In my own practice, I deal so much with guided imagery. Like when Colette had her session a while ago with me, that's what we do. Like we do that guided imagery to recreate and to experience and feel, and then it helps things to also shift out. So yeah, great point.
Yeah.
Let's see. I see what I want. I see what doesn't get me there, and yet I don't see and believe me getting there. Okay, so this is where just holding the line comes in, okay? Because that's where those negative thoughts are gonna come in. You guys, I got like my vision board right here. Literally 2 seconds after looking at my vision board, those thoughts of like, you're not gonna do it, or you're not good enough, like they creep in. They're right there, and that's just that opposition, and that's where you just get to hold the line. And if that negative thought comes in there, you're like, nope, not today, opposition. And then you do your action step. You do your one thing that scares the living daylights out of you, and you move forward, okay? Last week, I did a video on these rocks. I did a live video. I kept it like short and sweet, like 5 minutes long. You guys, I was shaking the whole time. Like, if you look at the video, I'm sure you can see that my hands were shaking. Like, I was so terrified out of my mind of doing it. But I knew it was a video that I needed to do to move forward. And so you do it anyway, even when it scares you. And that's just where you just tell yourself, I'm scared, but I got to do it anyway. And then after, you feel so good. And then you can reward yourself. Like, maybe, like, I don't want to like say negative habits of like drinking pop, but like maybe it's you go and get yourself a treat, or maybe it's that you spend 5 minutes with your kids playing, or come up with some sort of reward system that when you do that hard thing, you're like extra motivated because man, you really want that like Diet Coke or something. Let's see, what was this? Yes, not today, Satan, not today. That's what we always say. It's like reviewing Satan out of your life. Yep. You guys get me. I love it. You guys are like my people too. Let's see. What tools do I need or daily tasks to unlock that true potential? Okay, so I think that answered that question. It's just the doing it, creating an action step every single day that's going to push you to do it. I'm a big believer. You know that, I don't know if you guys listen to country, but I do. That country song that says, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Okay, create those moments in your life that are a little bit scary. Maybe it's a vulnerable live that you do. Maybe it's a conversation with someone that you've been avoiding because it's a hard conversation. Do those things, because anything in your life that is blocking you is blocking that financial gain, is blocking that next relationship from growing and being powerful. Any of those negative things are your blocks, and they're literally going to be the blinder in front of your eyeball that prevents this clarity piece. Like, look at this. Look at how big this rock is, and look at how little this clarity is. Like, that's how it happens. And it's almost impossible to see that rock. Oh, let me do it like this. Okay, here we go. Like, you got your rock, you got your clarity. Can you see it? No. Oh, because that rock is in the way. Those dang rocks, I just, they drive me crazy. I want to light a confidence fire. I'm lit. I know I'm where I need to be, but I need to work on me. Awesome. Whoever said that, I love it. You are lit. You can do that. Let's see. Let's scroll through here. Okay, another question. How do you not feel so discouraged? Oh, you guys, if I could talk on this another night, like, there's so many things I could say about how to not feel discouraged. But discouragement comes from the belief that you are not enough. Discouragement comes from giving another person your power. It's what it comes down to. Believing that you're not enough and giving another person your power. Giving them the authority to tell you that you are wrong, or that you are failing, or and that includes yourself, okay? Giving away your power. in any way, shape, or form is how you feel discouraged. Okay? Because you are enough. Okay? Who you are, the woman that you are, is worthy of love, of financial security, of anything. But those are the big things I work with. So love and financial security. You are worthy of that. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of that deep, guttural confidence. You are worthy of all of it, but it comes from the belief that you are not and that you are giving away your power. Amen. Mic drop.
There you go.
So oh shoot, I'm at 9 o'clock. Are there any other questions that I can answer real super quick for anyone? If not, what did you learn tonight? What did you love from this experience? What stood out to you?
Yeah, you can comment or put it in the chat, whatever you guys want to do. But what hit home with you? It looks like Geetha has something to say.
Yes, addressing the negativity, fixing whatever it is you're going through, relationships, whatever is blocking you from, the better you, or the betterness in your business. So that hit home for me. I love that, addressing the negativity. That way you are able to gain all the goodness, the positive goodness.
I love it. And Geetha, I apologize for saying your name wrong the first time, but
no, you're saying it like correctly. And also when Colette said hi to me in one of her live videos, I was like, wow, that's why people call me Gigi, because I get tired of I get tired of them asking repeatedly, like, how do you say it or what it is? But y'all hit it home run. Thank you.
I get it with my name too. I mean, Talesha, people don't think I'm a white girl. Yeah. Well, thank you.
But thank you so much. Very informative, very positive.
Yay!
Gave me the extra boost.
Thank you.
Love to hear that.
Catherine, what about you?
So for me, there's a couple things, but the biggest one that really hit home to me is when everything seems to be hitting the fan and everything seems to be going wrong left and right, is instead of giving up, push through, because that is when your huge break is about to happen. And that has been a roller coaster ride for me this last year. So I'm not going to get emotional, but that's exactly what I need to hear. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And think of it this way too, because again, I'm going to be real with you guys. In June, 5 years ago, I had a really big trauma, and it flipped my whole world upside down, made me doubt everything I was. Okay. So that was 5 years ago, a long time ago. And I've been doing fairly good with it. I'm successful now. I'm happy, I'm joyful, all of that. But this June, my body remembered that trauma. My body remembered how much that sucked 5 years ago. And I didn't clue into it until it was almost too late, right? But these were my thoughts. I want to quit my business. I hate what I'm doing. This sucks. I'm not happy. No one listens to my message and no one cares about me, right? So I was making it all about me and I was so ready to quit, okay? Literally, I said those words out loud. I said, I'm done. I have Voxer support on my phone with my mentor, and I messaged my mentor and I said, I really want to quit. I really am just kind of done with this. And then the next day I was on a call with a woman and I was talking to her about energy and classes and everything. And she said, thank you. I have had thoughts of self-harming and taking my life all day today. Okay. And here I wanted to quit. So think of it that way. When you want to quit, whose life are you going to be not saving? Whose life is not going to benefit because you backed out because it got too hard? Okay, that's what keeps you in it, and that's what keeps you moving forward, because you guys, what you were doing is powerful. It is so incredible. But when you get too much in your head and too much in your own gunk, it blocks you from truly helping those people that need you. And I promise you that there's no limit to the people that you can help. Okay? There's no limit. So please don't ever quit what you're doing, because you have a powerful message and someone needs your message, not your teammate's message, but your message. Yes, don't let ego take over. Absolutely. Okay, sorry. I hope that was okay, but I just felt like
Oh
I
my
needed
gosh.
to share.
Loved it. Loved it so much. Does anyone else want to chime in vocally and share what their aha was or what they took away from this? Or you can put it in the chat, or we can put it in our team page later. But if you can speak up now, I would love to have you share.
I will really quick. Sorry.
Yeah, great.
Who is this?
Oh, sorry.
Jennifer?
This is Erin.
Oh, Erin. Okay, awesome. Hi, Erin.
Hello. So the biggest thing for me is Colette's been sending me energy, like work and videos and stuff. So I've been loving that lately. And so that was like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing all these things and it's not working. It's not seeping in, and trying to, remove negative things. But the biggest thing on the call today was, like you said, when things happen, like the opposition things, like I've had so many crazy, like awful things happening lately. So when you said, just instead of being like upset or sad about it, to be like, thank you. Like I was like, oh, I wouldn't think of it that way. And so that was a big thing for me. Like, oh my gosh, like all these horrible things that I've been crying about every day. It's like, I could be saying thank you so they don't, keep coming back.
Yeah, it loses that hold to it.
Yes.
Yay.
I love it.
Thank you.
Love it out for you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're very, very welcome.
Jen, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
I just want to say thank you so much. This was awesome. I'm so glad I set my reminder. I'm so glad I remembered.
Oh
It's been amazing. It really has.
Good. I'm so happy about that.
You guys, as you can see, like Talesha's amazing. And
you guys all are.
Thank you, Jen. So as you can see, like she's absolutely amazing. She helps me so much. I want you to be able to use her as a resource, or to help you work through any blocks that you might have. And so you can friend her on Facebook. She has a group that she also has, that she helps, gives us great advice, and she did this video with the vase in there, and that's why I was like, okay, that makes sense to me. Like she shares a lot in there that's great information. And so I don't, if you're welcome, like Talesha, you're welcome to share that however you want. I don't know how you want to do that right now.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm on Facebook. My name is Talesha Carter on there. So you can go find me on Facebook, add me as a friend. I would love to get to know you guys even more. As you guys can tell, I love to chat. I love to be real with people. I am over the superficial relationships in my life. Like, I want real people. I want real human breathing experiences. So if you follow me, if you like my stuff, like, participate, because that's how I like to get to know people better. So yes, I'm Talesha Carter is my profile on Facebook. You can also messenger me. But my group, that's under my business name, but I also added like some little cutesy stuff to it to make it a little bit different. So my group name is Foster Vitality, and then it's spiritually, heartfully, and mindfully connected. So it's all of those, your spirit, your heart, and your mind, all connected into one.
I love it so much.
Yes, I would love to have you be a part of those communities. I share, like Colette said, I share lots of tips. I ask real vulnerable questions. I share different ways of how you can move forward in your life. I share opportunities of how to work with me. Like, you get the whole gamut on there, and I would love to have you in that setting.
Awesome. Thank you, Talesha, so much for your time. I've loved it. I know all of them have as well. So thanks for taking the time. What?
Yes, well, thank you to everyone on here for participating and showing up. Like, I just send you love and send you that positivity that you need tonight to just move forward in your business and cut out these dang freaking rocks.